Do you have credit problems? Did you go through a divorce? Did you file bankruptcy? Did the dreaded repo man come knocking at your door? Well, hi, my name's JC and I run the special finance department at Bosak Auto Group. And I've helped thousands of people in Northwest Indiana get their credit reestablished and get them back on the road. So there's different types of credit, of course, when you're looking at a credit bureau. There's an installment loan, like a car loan, like a mortgage, personal loan, student loan, that type of stuff. And then, of course, there's revolving, like credit cards and lines of credit that obviously go up and down. So the biggest way to impact your credit score immediately is to pay down your balances on your revolving accounts. Let's say you have a credit line on one credit card for about $1,000. Let's say you owe them about $300, so you have a $300 balance. That's going to put you at a 30% balance. So when you have a balance of 30% or less on your revolving debt, it drastically improves your credit score. Now, even when you have a balance of 50% or less, that still improves your credit score, just not as much as a 30% balance or less. And then, of course, if you owed them $1,000 on a $1,000 limit, you'd basically be maxed out. You have a 0% available as far as balances goes. So when you have a lower balance on your credit cards, it drastically improves your credit score. So the fastest way to increase your credit score is to pay down your credit cards. Now, what if you don't have credit cards? What if you have a collection from NIPSCO for $500? Well, that collection is going to show a past due amount on your credit bureau of $500. Now, that past due amount, that's going to drastically decrease your credit score. That's going to negatively impact your credit score because it's currently past due. So now you're probably asking, well, how do I get that off my bureau? Well, the first thing to do is actually get them to close the account. So they've already closed the account as far as your actual NIPSCO account or Sprint or whatever you use, whatever the collection is for. But I'm talking about close the account on your credit bureau, the actual collection account. So you can substitute NIPSCO for whatever collection it is for. I'm just using that as an example. So the whole goal is to get the collection company to actually close the account on your credit bureau. They won't close it if you still owe them money. So if you owed somebody $500 on a collection, a lot of times they'll settle for less than half of that. So if you owed them $500, sometimes you can call them up and offer $200, and they'll accept it and close the account. Now, once they close the account, then you can go into disputing that account to get that deleted off your credit bureau. Most people make the unfortunate mistake of when they pay a credit card off, they don't want to go back into debt, so they close that credit card account, which sounds great, right? In reality, on credit bureaus and their scores, that's actually not a good thing. So let's say you have two credit cards. They both have a limit of $1,000, but you owe one of them is maxed out at $1,000, and the other one you owe $300. Let's say you decide to pay off the $300 one and close that account. So what you did at that point, by closing that one account, is you just maxed out all your credit. All your revolving is completely maxed out. So although that you paid your credit card off, by closing that account, your balances went to 100%. So your percentages just went from 65% to 100. So now you're completely maxed out, even though you just paid off a credit card. So when you do pay the credit cards, don't close the accounts. Even if it doesn't mean you have an open account, doesn't mean you have to go into debt. But having that open credit card with a $1,000 limit that has no balance really helps your credit score. And then you could chip away at that other card. And when you get that one down below 600, between the two cards, you're going to be below 30%, which is going to drastically increase your credit score. So I know we've covered a lot of stuff on credit today. So for more tips and tricks, just come see JC at Bosak Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Maryville, Indiana on Route 30.